Reggie White, Bruce Smith, Lawrence Taylor. For more on what makes him so dominant, Jason, Ryan, and Swagoo, take it away.
Scott, you're exactly right. Myles Garrett is a demon off of his side of the ball, no matter if it's right, left, or even standing over center. But Swag, it can't simply be about power, speed, and flexibility, can it?
No, it's not simply about that. It's also about get off. How fast he can get off the football. And one, it's not about bending low. It's about how fast and powerful you can be while bending low. The one thing you want to do off the edge as a defensive end is get the offensive tackle to open his gate, right? And stun his punch. If he can't punch you to slow momentum, you usually with speed and power like Myles has can get around the edge.
And to Swag's point, we are trying to stay square as possible. As a tackle, you want to keep the defender in front of you. Once that get off happens, and we'll show you up here, once that D lineman breaks my hip line, I have no choice but to turn. And once I've turned, I've opened up the floodgates. Want to show him, Swag?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so Randy here is going to be our quarterback, and we're going to see this from the quarterback's perspective first. Jason's playing left tackle, and Swag will be Myles Garrett.
So let's go. This is where I want Myles Garrett to be. I want to get a good kickoff, and so he's in front of me. So he has to go through me to where the quarterback is. But the reason Myles Garrett is so difficult is while I'm still getting back there, now I have to turn, and once I've opened that dip and rip, there's no way you can stop that.
Absolutely.
So he breaks that hip line, forces the tackle to turn.
Hey, Swag, also, too, talk about the get-off, because Jason is saying he wants to create some space.
Right.
The way Myles Garrett gets off the football makes that difficult.
So when you're learning to play defensive line, one, you want to work, you want to have a great get-off. But usually we looking at 4 yards behind the inside foot of this tackle. Stay right there, Jay. Let me count for him. So Jay's foot is right here. We're going 1, 2, 3. So that will make it 4 yards. He's trying to beat him to that spot, because you got to think about it, RC. When the quarterback is dropping, he's gaining more space between the rusher. So then when you get down, that jump initially shocks him.
Okay.
Right? So he's panicked now.
You'll see some of these guys, they already, in the middle of it, they're turning. They have no chance of blocking this.
Absolutely.
Okay, Jay, take me through, Marcus. We had a rush that was against Daniel Jones and the New York Giants, where Myles was able to kind of bend the corner. We're going to have a split screen of it to show simply what it was, and it also will demonstrate here.
So for me, this is what Myles Garrett will always be until he loses athleticism, which is going to be a long time from now. All right? So when he gets down in this stand, first you playing as an offensive tackle, you trying to figure out how much speed is he going to try to beat me to that spot, and where is my set going to be to not allow him to take an inside route. So a lot of times when that speed comes off and being able to stay low with power, it forces Jason to do this.
Right.
The worst situation he could be in is looking at that side, right? When I'm rushing, and that's where Myles.
Jay, when you see the sort of the depth though of Myles when he turns his shoulders.
This is what is so freaky about Myles. Not only is he so quick, he dips. So when you punch and you try and get on his shoulder, he has all of the leverage, and then he dips, and you'll see him actually raise the offensive lineman as he's getting through.
Absolutely.
Most guys, they come around and they kind of give you their chest. That's a nice thing, and then you can just run them high. When he dips that corner, once he already has the edge, there is no way to stop this. And now I want to show you, this is what the tackle is going to do. He's going to feel that over, and he's like, I got to stop giving up the edge. I got to stop giving up the edge. Now he's going to set, and that's why this is the predicament that getting the tackle. This is why you see all the best tackles in the world are getting, everybody raves about the false starts, right? Lane Johnson. They all know how imperative it is to beat the defensive end to that spot. So that's the gamesmanship that's happening constantly.
Well, we know they have to protect this young quarterback, Bo Nix, who's playing at an offensive rookie of the year level. And so much has been said about Jameis Winston, but in those 2 big wins over the Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers, Myles Garrett and his defense played a large role in it.
And let me tell you something else, Dom. You don't play no more. Don't put your hands on me.